Ladies and gents, boys and girls, what is up? Tuesday, June the 29th, 2021. Hope you are all doing well. Chris Phillips here of the Daily Crow of the Spurs Up Show. You already know the drill. Appreciate you all tuning in. Already see Brennan M., Drew Johnson, Travie, John Kruger, Tanner Land, all aboard the Shane train. Welcome home indeed, and welcome to the Daily Crow. We got a lot to get into here on a Tuesday, and I have some good news, by the way, which I'll get into in just a second, that is outside of the Shane Beamer news already and more so surrounding the Daily Crow as a whole for this week. But, guys, again, thank you all so much for tuning in. We've got a lot to get into, taking your questions, comments, calls, as always, 843-790-3377. That is 843-790-3377. Before we get into everything, guys, I do want to tell you about our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm, because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Guys, now listen, they're both young but experienced and aggressive attorneys, both former prosecutors who used to represent insurance companies but switching sides. They both worked at larger law firms where they represented hundreds of clients at a time. And guys, they both left to start their own law firm because they understand you're not just another line item. You're not just a number. You are a human being with real issues, real problems, and you should be treated as such. Guys, they're a small boutique law firm that treats their clients like family. They're going to know who you are and treat you like a client and not a number. They handle injury cases that arise from car accidents and work accidents. Guys, do not try to take on the insurance company yourself. When you've been involved in any type of accident, the last thing you need to be worrying about is paperwork and dealing with the insurance company. Let the experts handle it for you, guys. They use the latest technology to make representation efficient yet effective. Again, let them take care of it for you. You don't even pay them unless they recover money for you. Rami's in Columbia, Curtis in Charleston. They handle cases statewide, guys. They also offer virtual or in-person consultations at no charge. Again, give them a call today in Columbia, 803-973-0304, or in their Somerville location, 843-388-3368. Or, of course, guys, your one-stop shop, their website, dsinjurylaw.com. That is dsinjurylaw.com for more information. Again, guys, it's our friends over at Dason and Shalabi Law Firm. Be sure to check them out and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Yo, what's up? 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. I know I had to switch up the hat today. I've got all my hats in the room here. So, I mean, I actually found this one at my parents' house. So figured why not? I'd switch it up. We've got, trust me, guys, the Beamer Ball hat, I like to switch it up. I like to keep it fresh, but the Beamer Ball hat will be put back on. Maybe you're right. Maybe I should keep it on. I don't know. I don't think Shane Beamer really gives a damn what hat I wear. But, no, yeah, trust me. The Beamer Ball hat, I don't want it to get worn out, man, to be honest with you. I don't want it to get worn out. Let's see here. J2469, what's up? Scott Stamey, what's going on? Tanner Land. All aboard the Shane train, man. Yeah, it's insane. It's crazy. I mean, listen, if you guys want the Beamer Ball hat, we'll just put on the Beamer Ball hat. So, Justin, what's up? Drew Johnson, give us a game this year. We're going to be a heavy underdog, but you actually feel like we could pull off the upset. A game where you think we would match up well and pull off the upset. Well, Drew, I actually talked about this last night with Noah, and, of course, this is a game that we'll have circled and talk about all preseason long. But when you look at South Carolina's schedule, I mean, the one that really sets up most favorably when you're talking about a big upset and where it falls on the schedule and how South Carolina matches up, it's that Florida game. It has to be the Florida game. Florida losing a lot from last year's team, but certainly they're still talented. Certainly they're still the Florida Gators. They have plenty of talent on that roster. But they'll be a favorite against you. But, you know, where it falls in the schedule, you know, the Gators coming off of their annual rivalry matchup against Georgia. You'll be coming off of a bye week. At home, of course, and later at that point in the season, that's week 10 for the Gamecocks. So we should know by that point plenty about this football team, the strengths, the weaknesses, what it's good at, what it's not good at, all of those things like that. So I think where it falls on the schedule and with what Florida's lost and just the way you've played the Gators too, guys. I mean, you could argue the last three matchups, South Carolina's played Florida really tight and had a chance to win all three games. So, I mean, you know, it's fair enough to say that the Gamecocks are kind of due for one against the Gators, but I like that matchup overall. Again, will I be picking South Carolina to win that game? Will anyone be picking South Carolina to win that game? I'm not 100% sure. I doubt it. But with that being said, when you look at the schedule, I think the game that sort of sets up best and looks like one of those stars align type of games for South Carolina where they could pull off the big upset and have that big statement win in Shane Beamer's first season, I think certainly that game against Florida is the one you look at and you kind of circle on the schedules. Hey, maybe we can get those guys. Maybe that can be the big upset in the 2021 season. Justin says, choo-choo. Beamer got the recruit train chugging like Garcia did beer in 5 points after the Bama win. Yes. Yes, indeed. No, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Probably going to have 2 commitments today. It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts, dude. Absolutely nuts. I'm literally just like refreshing Twitter. Oh, Brubaker went ahead and announced? Well, I'll be damned. I thought he wouldn't announce until July 4th. Wow. Well, I guess I don't have to keep that a secret anymore. I guess I don't have to keep that a secret. Hold on, guys. Yeah, Greg Atkins is just killing it, man. Brubaker. We got Brubaker. Love to see that. Love to see that. That's a good player, man. 4-star O-lineman from Pennsylvania. You really, really do love to see that. Let's see. Justin, happy Tuesday. What's up, Jax Rangers? What's going on? Tim Dorns in Florida, I think he says. Jax Rangers, 91 degrees and partly cloudy in New Hampshire. Tell you what, news is dropping. You know what's crazy is like this is supposed to be here. We'll switch it up since we got Rudy. We'll switch it up. Oh. Beamer, like I said, he did not want me to take this hat off. Beamer does not want me to wear another hat that I have in my closet for the rest of the time. I got a lot of nice hats, a lot of TSUS hats, a lot of cool South Carolina vintage caps. Nope, you just got to continue to rock the Beamer ball. That's a big commit, man. I thought Brubaker wasn't committing until July 4th, but whatever. Hey, love to see it. Love to see it. I guess he said he's just ready. He's ready to do it. He's ready to do it. Denver, Pennsylvania, 6'6", 270, 4-star commit for the Gamecocks. That's a big one. That's a big one. That's a big one. All right, we've got tons of questions. 27 comments. I'm behind on all the comments. Lance, what's going on? We're crowing today, indeed. USC Sports. Yeah, we should have beat Florida. Well, I'd say we should have, but we should have at least not taken 7 minutes on the last drive of the game. That's for damn sure. Let's see. 4-star offensive tackle. Yeah, that's a big one, man. That's huge. Huge, 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 huge. Sorry, guys. I'm just on Twitter, social media, getting this up. That is absolutely huge. That is absolutely. That's a big pickup, man. It's a really big pickup. Really, really big pickup. Never take it off, they say. Never take the hat off. Elizabeth Bell, my mom's doing good. She's just hanging out, chilling, relaxing. Savannah Webster, Delp, you're next. I agree. Let's get Delp. Jax Rangers, nice story about recruiting, but nothing is guaranteed until pen to paper. You are right. You are right. Hey, you are right. Kids can change their mind, and nothing is official till they sign that letter of intent, but it is good to build that momentum in the preseason. That's for sure. Brian Welch, Beamer broke the 247 recruiting website. Kevin C., do you think we mix in any option packages on offense? I don't think about when you say option, I don't think like triple option or anything crazy like that. But do we run like read option? I think absolutely. I think you'd be foolish not to. Brian Beattie, with the addition of Prutney, how differently do you feel about our secondary this upcoming season? I mean, I think the secondary is still a question mark just purely from a depth perspective. But, I mean, you have to feel better about it, right? I think the secondary is one of the most – didn't we talk about this yesterday? I think it's just one of the most intriguing position units on this football team, just from the standpoint of, we all think to ourselves, oh, man, you lost so many NFL guys and you lost a ton of depth. And how are you, you're going to really be hurting there. But at the same time, even with those guys, you weren't very good. So, I mean, the only way to go for the secondary is up. You can't get any worse than you were a season ago. So, we'll see what happens. I mean, I love the addition, obviously, of Prutney. I think he's an immediate starter. I think he's an immediate starter for Salcon. I think he'll be an impact player, certainly. Man, again, I know he played at Kansas, but a freshman All-American, dude. I mean, he balled out. He's a good football player. Listen, I love the addition. Think he'll play immediately. Think he'll start immediately. I think the secondary, I think you have to say they're going to be better than expected because I don't think anybody's expecting anything out of them, because most times when you lose a guy like JC, you lose Izzy, you lose John Dixon, you lose Jamie Robinson. Most of the times you would think to yourself, okay, it's going to be a rebuilding year, but, you got to tip the cap to Torian Gray, man, and Clayton White and that defensive staff and what they've done as far as developing and building up the defense and building up that secondary, some of the guys they've gotten in the transfer portal. And also, I mean, I think there's talent there, man, that was coming back already. Jalen Dickerson, and I think, if R.J. Roderick can take the next step, I like guys like Joey Hunter and Dominic Hill and O'Donnell Fortune and Jalen Foster. And, there are bodies there. I'm not sitting here saying the secondary is going to be, God forbid, the strength of the defense or one of the best in the SEC, but I don't think it'll be quite as bad as maybe some of us expected it to be, if that makes sense. And again, I'll break that down a lot more late July, early August when I'm doing my position unit previews and I'm handing out grades and stuff like that and everything else. But the secondary, it's truly an intriguing position. It's just like the rest of this football team. Question marks all over the place. It's going to be interesting, but obviously the addition of Prutney, man, I'm very excited. I think he's going to play. He's going to start immediately. Opposite of Cam Smith, who I didn't even mention, who I think Cam Smith is going to blow up and have a big year for you this year. But, listen, I like that starting duo right there, Cam Smith and Prutney. I think you've got to feel pretty good about that. So we'll see. We'll see how it pans out. Eric Fryer, my guy. Eric, what's up, man? I'm looking forward to tomorrow. What's going on? I appreciate you tuning in. It has been quite a while. It's getting that time, man. We're just 67 days away. 67 days away till kick. Let's see. All right, tons of questions. Obviously, the big news right now, welcome home Shane Beamer, Ryan Brubaker, the 4-star offensive tackle from the state of Pennsylvania, committing to the Gamecocks, and one of the biggest pickups to date for Shane Beamer in his first full recruiting class. Greg Adkins, the offensive line coach, continues to absolutely crush it, by the way, this cycle. The guys he's gotten has been it's been incredible. And, of course, the momentum right now is just – I mean, it's through the roof. Again, this is supposed to be the slow time of the year, and I appreciate it because Shane Beamer – man, and Shane Beamer's keeping content rolling for yours truly. I mean, we have not slowed down at all, I feel like. Jax Ranger says, I guess Tennessee's McDonald's bags of cash are a little bit lighter nowadays. Getting the All-American from Kansas is huge. I agree. Again, getting Prutney's huge. Getting Prutney's absolutely huge, man, for sure. A guy that will have an immediate impact. He's going to play right away. Again, guys, if you haven't tuned in a little bit, this is obviously not the normal setup. I am at home right now helping out my mom. She had foot surgery last week, so helping out around the house. Really exciting news. Good news for the Daily Crow, by the way. I think we will be going live Thursday and Friday. A little bit of change of plans. I should be live from the studio Thursday, Friday. No Daily Crow tomorrow. We will be on the golf course having a good old time. But Thursday, Friday, I think we will be back live for the Daily Crow. Next week, of course, guys, July 4th week, we are fully taking off. I'm going to be working on some other things as far as business is concerned, the Big Cock Club, a lot of really exciting stuff I'm going to be working on next week as I take some time off to chill. Probably going to be hanging out with the family, helping out my mom, like I said. But, no, really exciting stuff happening, man. Really exciting stuff, and I appreciate you all tuning in. Brack, what's going on? Travi Rowell says Stockton is going to reconsider. Well, maybe not, but you never know. honestly, watching Braden Davis's highlights has me excited for him to get on campus. He could be a game changer for us. Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, with all due respect to Stockton, I think South Gunna's got their quarterback. I don't think there's really any – I don't need Gunnar Stockton to change his mind. Drew Johnson, Chris, what's your opinion on Clayton White? I like Clayton White. I mean, again, South Carolina's offensive and defensive coordinators have a combined 0 plays called at the Power 5 level. That's just a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. But Clayton White's track record, what he's done in previous stops, I have no reason to dislike the guy. You know, again, he's just like the rest or a lot of the coaching staff where it's like, it's just a big unknown right now. So, I mean, I like Clayton White. I have no issues right now with Clayton White. We'll see what he can do this fall with this defense. And you know, if he can, which, again, that's the crazy thing about the defense and talking about the defense this year, guys, is, you know, we talk about, oh, the defense is going to struggle this year and that they're going to be the weak spot of the team. And that might all be true, but is there any way they're going to be worse than last year? I mean, that's a defense that gave, 36, 37 points per game? There's just no way we could be worse defensively. I mean, the only way to go defensively is up, even with the guys you lost, you know? So, you know, I'm not sitting here proclaiming the defense is going to be the strength of our football team, but we just can't be worse than last year. We truly cannot be worse than last year. So, David Garrick, I appreciate you tuning in, man. Thanks so much for the kind words. I'm glad you found the show as well, man. I'm glad you found the show as well. Heath Hagler, I know it's recruiting season, but are we going to talk about or not talk about how bad NC State got ripped off? Yeah, it's pretty tough. Yeah, what can you say, man? The NCAA being the NCAA. So, let's see here. Justin Warren, what's up? Drew Johnson says, I trust Beamer with everything. If he made the hire, then Clayton White's going to be a good coach. Exactly. And that's kind of how you have to roll and operate right now. And that was my point of the clip and what I said on the Daily Crow yesterday, and then I put that clip out there on social media in regards to recruiting. It doesn't matter if the kid's a 2-star, a 3-star, a 4-star, or a 5. You just got to trust Shane Beamer right now and rock with him and realize or trust that he is getting the best possible guys for our program that are going to help us. Shane Beamer, everything he is doing, every single prospect he is bringing on campus, every decision he makes is for the betterment of South Carolina football. And that's the way you have to look at it. Because I know fans, we can get caught up in the stars. We can get caught up in the recruiting. Hey, I'm guilty of that as well. I've done that as well because it's very easy. All we have to go off of is the stars, right? That's all we have to go off of. But Shane Beamer's only going to bring guys in account of football that he feels are going to get us closer to where we are trying to go. Bottom line. So you got to trust in Beamer, man. You got to rock with Beamer ball, all aboard the Shane train. Yeah, and that's what I'm doing as well. So you got to rock with Shane Beamer right now, man. Bottom line. So like you said, hey, if he says Luke Doty's QB1, Luke Doty's QB1 to me. If he says Clayton White's the best possible DC for us, well, guess what? Clayton White's the best possible DC, man. And that's just kind of how you have to operate. That's how you have to operate right now. Jeffrey Miller, it's crazy how our culture has changed so much in 7 months. I agree. Owen Turner says, can Gray make us the new DBU? I'd say, can he just get us back to being DBU? I feel like we've been pretty close up there to being DBU before. But, you know, I think Torian Gray certainly, listen, one of the best in the business. I mean, there's a reason we wanted him so bad. And, you know, so, no, I think Torian Gray certainly, man. You got to get the Jimmies and Joes. You got to get the players on campus that are going to do it for you. But getting guys like Prutney and, you know, this year is going to be all about getting the most out of what you have on the roster currently. Turning Cam Smith from, you know, a nice player into a big-time all-SEC corner. Turning guys like Jalen Dickerson and R.J. Roderick and the other young guys that I mentioned earlier, Marcellus Dial, a transfer, turning those guys into next-level players, into big-time contributors. And I think certainly he can do that. Torian Gray, again, his reputation precedes himself. And I like Torian Gray a lot as a defensive backs coach, especially on the recruiting trail. Eric Fryer, a little love for another emerging DB. Darius Rush, yeah, that's another one. Yeah, for sure. Darius Rush, another guy. Kind of forgot about him, honestly, because I know he's going back and forth with positions a little bit. But Lance Player says, I got a crew. They are super pumped about the Spurs Up tailgates. Can't wait. Yeah, I appreciate it, Lance. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. As soon as I get more details, actually, I texted my buddy this morning that has the – you know, he's the one that I paid for the spots or whatever. And, you know, I was like, hey, do you know the official spots yet? And he's like, no, I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, sorry. I'm just a little anxious, excited for it. But, yeah, so Let's see. Tons of questions today here on a Tuesday. Tons of questions. Shane Beamer's got people going crazy. Got people going crazy late in June. Who'd have thunk? Drew Johnson, opinions on Clayton White. Can he get us back to how we were when Swearinger and those boys were cracking skulls? You can only hope so. I mean, I think Clayton White's a good DC, man. You can only hope so. I mean, you can only hope so. I like Clayton White a lot, though. I do like Clayton White a lot. USC Sports, everybody, all those guys, Jamie, Israel, JC, they were okay, but they only give us 6 wins in 2 years. They did give us somewhat of a chance in some games. The offense blew. I mean, I don't know. Again, we can all agree there were a lot of issues with the last 2 seasons. But yeah, I mean, listen, are you going to feel the impact of losing guys like J.C. Horn and Israel McQuamu? And I mean, you'd think most certainly you are, but at the same time, it's just like, look at the results on the field. It obviously wasn't very good. So, again, how much worse can it be? I don't know that it really can be. I don't think it can be. I don't think you'll be worse on defense this year. I really don't. Not to say you'll be a strength, I think it's going to be tough sledding for Sal Gunner defensively here and there. I certainly do. You're going to have to win games with offense. I think there's no question, but hell, I don't think you'll be any worse than you were last year defensively for sure. Brian Welch says 4-star wide receiver Devin Hyatt announces he's transferring from Dutch Fork to IMG Academy. There goes a recruit right out of our backyard into the national spotlight. I mean, what can we do? What can we do about him transferring? There's nothing you can do about that. Kid making a decision for himself. It is what it is. Best of luck to him. I don't know. We could still get him. Let's see. Dude, I am so far behind on comments. So far. There's like 40 questions I haven't even gotten to yet. Tommy Wallace says, you're seeing Beamer's A game, which is recruiting. It was when he was our recruiting coordinator under Spurrier. Our recruiting suffered greatly when he left and went back to Va Tech. Exciting days ahead under Beamer Ball. I like what he is building. Is there anyone not buying in besides the negative people? I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's intoxicating what Shane Beamer is doing and the culture he's built. And I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to watch the welcome home stuff and the commits. 10 commits in 10 days, guys. It's wild. And it sounds like there's going to be another one later today. I mean, it's truly nuts. It's truly, truly nuts, honestly. I mean, the news is coming out almost faster than we can all keep up with it. Really. Let's see. Cody Gaskin, stars don't mean shit if you don't develop the kids. You got to have both. You got to have development, but you also have to have talented players. Tommy McClellan says, if the Athlon's preseason magazine, our defense gave up a touchdown on 41% of the other team's drives last year. That ranked 119th in the country. No, it could not get worse. Yeah, I mean, it's baffling how bad the defense was last year. Last year. We're all leaving it behind us, leaving it in the past. I totally agree, but it is kind of wild and baffling when you think how bad the defense was last year. Guys, if you're on YouTube, by the way, really, really quickly, you want to support the business, support the channel, support the content. You can do so through Super Chat and Super Stickers. Also, if you want to donate to the show, we're on PayPal. The Spurs Up Show on PayPal. Also, Big Cock Club coming soon. Ironing out the details right now. I think we are going to facilitate all that, if you will, through Patreon. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. But, some of the things I'm working on right now, at minimum weekly newsletter, maybe twice a week, the Discord, which I think will be the big selling point for you guys, a 24/7, 365, accessible to me. Discord will all be a part of. Also exclusive merch to members of the Big Cock Club. And then once we roll that out, I am going to roll out taking donations for the TSUS tailgate. So for those that do want to be involved with that want to donate to the TSUS tailgate at Seawells this season, you guys will have the opportunity to do that. But I want to get the Big Cock Club stuff out first. And that's just kind of what I've got so far. There's going to be other exclusive stuff for people, for fans of the Spurs Up Show, for the VIP club that is the Big Cock Club, if you will. But, of course, the Discord's going to be the big thing because, obviously message boards and stuff like that, and people pay for message boards. You can almost think of this as an interactive anytime message board. I mean, I'll have Discord on my phone. Of course, I've already got it on my laptop, and you guys will have the opportunity to reach out to me. And, also, guys, I mean, I'll be totally honest with you. You guys know I've never tried to play the insider lane or whatever it may be, but the Brubaker thing, like I knew about that yesterday. So if we had Big Cock Club set up, hey, those who were in the Big Cock Club Discord, you would have known about it. We all would have known about it. So stuff like that, if I ever get any intel, any insight, whatever it may be, you guys will know. It'll be like an interactive, Brack, appreciate you, sir, which I don't know why the super chat and super stickers, the gifts are not updated. I have updated in the back end. I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs and why it's messing up. There's also supposed to be a rooster crow when that happens, but I don't know what the hell is going on. So, Brack, I apologize. I was working on it last night. I'll be working on it again today. Technology is great until it isn't, I guess. So, a lot of stuff in the works when it comes to the Big Cock Club stuff and the VIP club. If you're not familiar, that's what it's going to be. Basically, a VIP club for those who support the Spurs Up Show, rock with the Spurs Up Show and the Daily Crow, especially. Give people the opportunity to have even more behind-the-scenes content. Again, like I said, and really give you guys, too, an opportunity to know about the inner workings of the business side of things as well. I think that would be cool to let those people know kind of what is going on in regards to the Spurs Up Show and business and stuff like that. But again, a lot of details to get ironed out, a lot of things to get situated and get ready to go. But that will be dropping within the next week to 2 weeks. At the latest, it will drop the week of July 12th, I think that Wednesday. At the absolute latest. I might even drop it next week. Who knows? But that is something we're currently working on right now. Let's see. Get back to the questions here really quickly. Drew Johnson, Chris, talk about how important it is to see all of our former players back on campus. I mean, it's huge. It's huge to get those guys back on campus that built the culture, that are literally the guys that are enshrined on the banners in the indoor facility, and those guys being able to come back on campus and tell kids, hey, you can do it at South Carolina. Look, I did it. I did it at Carolina, and it can be done. We can win big. We can win titles. We can go to Atlanta. We can do things here that maybe nobody else thinks we can do. So, nah, man, certainly. I think getting those guys back on campus, I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know what I mean? It's self-explanatory how big it is, and just the type of impact those dudes can have for Carolina football. It's incredible. It's incredible. And again, it's wild that wasn't happening before, because that's a huge recruiting tool and just a tool the coaching staff and the program can use to sell itself, man. All these NFL guys you have and guys who have had a ton of success at Carolina, like I mentioned, man, like getting those guys back on campus, it's just good for everybody. It's good for the program. It's good for fans to see that old players are coming back and rocking with the head coach and rocking with the program and what Shane Beamer is doing. I mean, it's just a positive for everybody. You know what I mean? So you love to see it, and I think it'll continue. There's no question. So it's only going to be a plus, a major, major, major positive for Shane Beamer and what he's building right now in Columbia. Jonathan Long says, ordered some merch yesterday. Beamer Ball hat, Beamer Storm shirt, a bunch of stickers. I actually saw that order come through, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Seriously, man. Seriously. Yeah. This is the time to get the merch, man. This is the time. You're going to need it for kickoff. This is the time to get the merch. All the Beamer Ball stuff, Shane Storm, all aboard the Shane train, all of it, man. All of it. Hey, get yourself a flag for the tailgate, too. Why not? SEC Football Tube, you got to love what Beamer is doing right now, filling up the 2022 class, kids flocking to South Carolina. You love to see it. Yeah, I mean, the specific players, I'll tell you guys this. The specific players we are getting, I'm excited about. But to me, what I'm excited about, it goes so far beyond. And yeah, here we go. Here's a tweet from SEC Mike, my good buddy we've had on the show. SEC Mike says, the combination of optimism and energy surrounding South Carolina's new coaching staff and the program finally able to show off its state-of-the-art facility to recruits is paying off in a huge way for the Gamecocks. I'll have more on this point that soon really illustrates that point. And again, to what he's saying, and back to what I was saying, I'm excited for these individual players we're getting. I am excited for what Brubaker is going to do on our offensive line. If maybe Braden Davis can be that guy for us at quarterback. But it goes so far beyond that. I'm just excited in regards to the positive momentum, man. Positive momentum, Momentum is a fickle mistress, as my good friend Eric Fryer once said. And the amount of positive momentum we have built in and around the program right now with the fan base and just what is going on leading into Shane Beamer's first season, that's what fires me up. I mean, of course, when you're getting commits and you're getting guys buying into your program and that want to come here, that's going to build up the momentum. But it goes even beyond just who these players are individually. It's as a whole, as a collective. Dude, I'm just fired up for just the insane amount of positive momentum that is surrounding this football program right now. So, I mean, it's beyond words, man, honestly, what Shane Beamer is doing. And you know, we're in the honeymoon phase, man. There's no other way to – hey, Shane Beamer is destroying, absolutely crushing the honeymoon phase right now, folks. I mean, he's absolutely killing it. So, and you love to see it. You love to see it. It's what this fan base, it's what this program, it's what this university needed from its football coach. And Shane Beamer is proving day after day after day, he is that guy. He's that guy, pal. He's that guy. Scott Staney, is there a white Beamer Ball hat? Right now there isn't, but I do want to make one. I agree with you. A white Beamer Ball hat would look fire. So I'm currently working on that right now. Kevin C., I hope Beamer can smooth things over with the Muschamp guys too. Like Kinlaw, definitely want those guys as ambassadors for the program. Yeah, I think he'll be able to. I don't doubt Shane Beamer at all when it comes to that. So, Savannah Webster, a 5-star kicker from South Carolina, just committed to Iowa. Saw some comments that say we can't forget special teams recruiting. I mean, we have a kicker committed, and we literally talked about this yesterday. Apparently his family is in Iowa, so he's a Gamecock fan, but his family's in Iowa, and that's why he's going there. I mean, guys, I would just say this. If you're really losing sleep over losing a kicker commit, I mean, just take a minute to relax. Like, just relax for a second. You know what I mean? I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. So I'll just leave it at that. Jax Rangers. You're not on Melon anymore. This is 110% Melon, Jax Rangers. 110% Melon. Yes, I am on the Melon streaming platform. Why do you ask? What's different about this today? Todd Smith, is there a ladies fitted hat? Yeah, Todd, I got to get back to you. Right now, we don't have a fitted cap. Right now, the only Beamer Ball hats available are the trucker hat style you see, and the dad hats. I'm working on getting more made, more developed, but right now, this is what we have available. So I love the trucker hat personally. Oh, Jax Rangers, if I said StreamYard earlier, I do apologize. SEC football too, my man, I appreciate you. Yeah, if I said StreamYard earlier, I apologize. No, I'm still on Melon. I went on StreamYard last night, actually, with Noah Whalen on his show, the North to South show, and we talked to Gamecocks football. So I was on StreamYard last night. Maybe that's where I got confused. But no, I'm still on Melon, Phil. I'm still on Melon. So, and I'm enjoying Melon. Melon's good. If I wasn't, hey, Jax Rangers, if I wasn't on Melon, you wouldn't be able to tune in on Twitch. Let's put it that way, because I didn't have, didn't have Twitch set up on the StreamYard platform. Brian Beatty, class is now ranked 21st in the country now. How about that? You love to see that. You absolutely love to see that. Again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Taking your questions, comments, calls as well. We had a text on the text line. Let me get to that real quick. Let me get to that really, really quickly. We had a text come in. Any idea who the 3 silent commitments are? I've got some ideas, but nothing I want to say publicly. We'll put it that way. This is why we need a big Cock Club thing to go ahead and get made, because the private Discord is where all these type of conversations can go down. Because like I said, think of the Big Cock Club Discord. I'll ask you this. Do you guys know what a Discord is? Am I just talking gibberish to some of you? Because I don't think everybody knows what Discord is. So Discord is just like a private chat room type of deal. If you've ever used Slack, think of like Slack, but it has a lot more capabilities. We could do video. We could do audio. There's all kinds of stuff that you can do on Discord. Yeah, I honestly haven't used Discord a ton, but I had some people suggest it, and I've played around with it a bit, and it seems to be really cool. The Big Cock Club Discord is literally going to be almost like an interactive message board. where, again, you guys know I've never, my lead thing is I'm not the insider guy, but, I've had the opportunity, and I'm blessed enough and fortunate enough to know some people around Gamecock football and know some people around Columbia and just know some people in general where when I hear things, I want you guys to know. So that's kind of what the Big Cock Club Discord, that's at least what some of it will be, is, like I said, I heard about Ryan Brubaker yesterday. And that's not to beat my chest in any type of ego way, but when I hear stuff like that, I want to let you guys know. But obviously, that's not going to be information I'm going to tweet out or anything crazy like that. So that will be part of the Big Cock Club Discord, if you will. Robbie Davis texts him. He said, "What's up, Chris? I'm going to try to say my question from yesterday, but I'm going to word it differently. What freshman on this year's team do you think can make an immediate impact? Go Gamecocks, 67 more days." Robbie, I appreciate you. Sorry, I meant to get back to your question yesterday, and for whatever reason didn't. Which true freshman will make an immediate impact? That's a great question, honestly. Because I think a lot of the guys that are going to make impacts for us are transfer guys. I don't know that we're going to have true freshmen in many cases. I mean, you think, man, how many true freshmen do we have that you think could be potential impact guys? Most of them that are new are transfers. I think of E.J. Jenkins. I think of Debo Williams. I think of Prunty, obviously, in the secondary. I think of Marcellus Dial in the secondary. Luckily, we're really not having to depend on a ton of freshmen this year, are we? I mean, are there guys that I'm missing right now? Because, I mean, you just think of last year's class, and we have 13 signees. I mean, of actual signees that were not transfer players. Amarian Brown, I think, is going to make a huge impact, but he's not a true freshman. So out of that freshman class, maybe Omega Blake at the wide receiver position, maybe he can play a bit for you. But I think also, what's the defensive tackle? Is it Nick Barrett, I think? I think Nick Barrett can make an impact for you on the defensive line. But, I think it's a kind of a good problem to have in the sense that you don't have a ton of areas where you're going to be depending on just true freshmen, to do the job for you. So I'll be diving into that a lot more in July and early August, like I said, when I do my position unit previews. But most of the new guys who are going to be the impact guys are going to be guys who are transfers. They're not necessarily true freshmen. So, take it for what it's worth. Let's see. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. The fact that we have 70 people tuned in live right now, and it is June the 29th. This is supposed to be slow time of the year. Everybody's just kind of dispersed, doing their own thing. There's no content going on right now. No, that's not the case. Shane Beamer said, to hell with that. Chris, you need some content? I got you. How about a welcome home every day? Every day. Yeah, Jax Rangers, Phil, Dynasty tonight. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Dynasty tonight, 9 o'clock kickoff. We are taking on the Auburn Tigers. Yes, it is going to be a fun one tonight on the Dynasty. I will be back in the studio tonight in Columbia. We are taking on Auburn. Should be a really, really fun time because, of course, nobody in our fan base hates Auburn, right? Even in a video game. So, yeah, Phil, so that's going to be kind of the plan. Here's the thing. I'll tell you this, Phil. In regards to the Dynasty and the NCAA content, when we get in the month of July, it is going to be much, much, much more scheduled. Because what I want to do in the month of July is actually play the Gamecocks 2021 season on Heisman, okay? That's what I want to do in July. And then in August, we are going to do the preseason simulation series. I should say the TSUS season simulation series, where if you're unfamiliar with what that is, it's exactly how it sounds. We will literally go through, simulate every single game, computer against computer, and we will watch it together, which those are really, 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 really fun. Those are really, really fun. So, going to be a blast. Going to be a blast for sure. So, yeah, going to be a blast. But tonight, 9 o'clock. Tonight, 9 o'clock in Cola. I will be back in the studio, of course, because we can't do it here because you got to have insanely good Wi-Fi. And pray to God that the Muschamp hackers don't make the game freeze up on us. So, let's see. Savannah Webster, need a Beamer recruiting sheesh TikTok. I got you. I got you. I need to get back on my TikTok game. Drew Johnson says, everybody subscribe. Let's get Chris to 2K. Yes, I would love that, man, on YouTube. If you guys are on YouTube, like, subscribe. Let's get the channel to 2,000, man. I think we're like 1.8 almost. So would love that. I appreciate that, man, for real. Appreciate that. Like, subscribe. It helps the channel, obviously. I need to put that in our little, like your little graphic thing here. Yes. Whoever just texted in about Brubaker, yes, we all know. Yes. Somebody texted in, switching lanes. When do you think the birdie is going to fly in for Dawn Staley's women's basketball program? What exactly does that mean? I really just don't understand the question. Yes, Brubaker news is out. Savannah Webster says, Beamer said, you want to take a vacation. You're not that guy, pal. Yeah, seriously. I mean, I was giving myself next week for July 4th simply because, hey, it's like the 1 week where I feel like I really have the excuse to take off and chill and relax. But I'm almost starting to second guess that decision because my Tampa plans got shot. I'm really not going anywhere. So why wouldn't we put out a show? Although I have nothing planned in regards to the podcast for next week. Maybe we'll just do the Daily Crow, but no podcast, because I'm not just going to sit here and not do anything, right? If I'm just sitting here and, if I'm not on vacation or at a beach or at a pool, I don't know. We're going to stick with right now, no podcast, no Daily Crow, but the content will continue to roll. I mean, the content's not going to go anywhere. I mean, on social media and all that, but we just may not have the podcast or Daily Crow next week. That was the original plan. So that was the original plan. Savannah Webster, that's her version of welcome home. She's an unnamed commit this week. Oh, I got you. My apologies. Yeah, Dawn Staley just continues to crush. Sean O'Brien, don't let Muschamp and his hacker infiltrate the BCC, a.k.a. Big Cock Club, private Discord. Oh, well, this is a terrible text to get. Dang, I just got a text that my rent's going to increase. That's unfortunate. Damn it. Oh, well, it's fine. Not by much. I do love my place, too, so. Jax Rangers, Las Vegas Roaches. It needs to be a shirt, Raiders colors, and font. Yeah, dude, as soon as Steven takes the job, which I talked to him this weekend, and it sounds like he's going to, I think definitely that should be a thing. Brian Dean, Chris, do you follow high school football? Not a ton. I mean, dude, the Gamecocks keep me going nonstop. I mean, South kind of keeps me going nonstop. So do I have much time to follow high school football and like anything like that? Not a ton. Savannah Webster says landlord is a Clemson fan. I don't know about that. I don't know. I have no idea. Eric Fryer, Dawn Staley had a commit, likely the uncommitted 5-star. Okay, I apologize. I apologize for not knowing Dawn Staley's slogan when it comes to commitments. Okay, here we go. Dawn Staley mentioned she had another player committed for 2022, probably another McDonald's All-American top 10 player. I mean, it's just crazy, man, the amount of momentum from Shane Beamer, from, sorry, guys, I just lost my train of thought. I'm just sitting here reading all of the, just reading all of the tweets, man. It's insane. It's insane, truly insane. But you love to see it, man. I mean, is anybody shocked? Is anybody surprised at what Shane Beamer is doing? I mean, this is a guy that, he recruited his tail off his first time around. He recruited some of the best Gamecocks in school history, right? And this doesn't mean that 110% for sure, the Shane Beamer tenure is going to be successful, or that we're going to get back to Atlanta, I should say, or win a national championship or anything like that. But if nothing else right now, man, what Shane Beamer is doing is everything this program needed so desperately. It's everything that that this program absolutely needed. The positive momentum, getting people and kids excited about Carolina football again, getting people excited about what's going on in Columbia. It's wild, dude. It's wild. And I'll tell you guys this from a fan perspective, but also me personally, a business perspective, man. Shane Beamer being hired is the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I mean, it has just been – it's been incredible, man. It's been incredible. And I don't think it's slowing down or stopping anytime soon. You know, at some point, a day is going to pass where there is not a welcome home tweet, which will be very, very strange. But man, I don't know if that day is going to come soon, though. I don't know when that day is going to come. Hey, is Shane Beamer going on vacation? I highly doubt it. Honestly, to know Shane Beamer, highly doubt it. I don't even know if he sleeps at this point. I don't even know if he sleeps. So, yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible what's going down, man. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. So, let's see. Travis Ford agreed if he wins some games, the media will want to fawn all over him. And hey, guys, we're going to start talking about these games very, very soon. Like I told you guys, the official TSUS calendar, if you will. The official TSUS calendar. Next week, the plan was no Daily Crow, no podcast, July 4th week. Everybody's on vacation, do your thing, whatever. Content will continue to roll on social media, but no podcast, no Daily Crow. However, July 12th and July 15th. Those are two very important in regards to I'm dropping my game-by-game season predictions for South Carolina football in 2021. I'm already starting to kind of make my predictions in my head, if you will, and kind of make my decisions as far as, okay, I feel like this about this game, this about that game. Here's what I'm picking this game. But I will actually have scores, game-by-game predictions with scores. We'll have a part 1 of the show on Monday where it will be, I will give my biggest 3-game stretch for South Carolina football in 2021. We'll talk key game. We'll talk about wins, toss-ups, and losses. And also, of course, I will give my predictions for the first half, the first 6 games of South Carolina season. Then part 2 on Thursday, we'll continue with that. I'll give my predictions for the last 6 games, the second half of South Carolina's 2021 football season. So, it's going to be a big week. And then, of course, the next week, July 19th, is SEC Media Days. And from there, I mean, it's full steam ahead. So can't wait, man. Can't wait. It's going to be incredible. But appreciate you guys tuning in today, man. Like the support, I can't even say enough, man. The support's overwhelming, dude. The fact, like I said, it's June 29th, and most people across fan bases are checked out and kind of doing whatever. And dude, I think we have more people right now than we had during baseball season. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, hey, the power of Shane Beamer. The power of Beamer ball. It's not stopping for anybody, man. Sean O'Brien says it's nice to see overwhelming positivity on social media within our fan base. I think it makes a good impression on recruits in terms of fan support. And if you think what Shane Beamer is doing on social media doesn't make a positive impact in recruiting and the guys that we're going after, and it absolutely does. Dude, it's 2021. Every prospect, every recruit is on social media. They're all on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. They're all looking at social media. And when they see what Shane Beamer and what those guys are doing, Todd Smith, thank you, sir. Todd Smith, appreciate you, Todd Smith. When they see what Shane Beamer's doing and they see Shane Beamer tweeting and how excited he is and they see the pictures and they see the videos, and I mean, it's obviously huge. It pays off major dividends. So, Summer of Shane in full effect. People better be taking notice. Brian Beatty, I think they are, absolutely. Even if you don't want to take notice, how can you not right now? You don't have a choice. Let's see. Travis Ford, who's the recruiter for Brubaker? Fun to steal one out of Penn State, or from Penn State out of Pennsylvania. I think it was Atkins, the offensive line coach. Brian Dean going to pick up the Phil Steele magazine in a bit. Yes, I got mine as well, man. Actually getting Phil Steele on the show. Getting him on the show actually next week. I will interview him, and then that interview, I'm planning on dropping that Monday, the Monday of giving my official game-by-game predictions. I think that makes a lot of sense and would be a really cool interview to to kind of go along with that week, the subject matter of that week, if you will. Cordy Washington, we have one of the best social media teams in all of college sports yet. 100%, hands down. Justin King and what those guys do, they do a fantastic job. Jax Rangers, can you imagine the attitude and engagement of fans if Muschamp were retained? Yikes. Most people will say, "Oh no, I could never imagine." But yeah, I can imagine it. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine it, and I'm glad we're not experiencing it. Again, people. We're completely, it's completely in the rearview mirror. It's completely behind us. We are fully in the present moment, locked in on what Shane Beamer is doing. But, people thought I enjoyed being the fire Muschamp guy and being critical of our team, being critical of our coaching staff and having that type of attitude and that type of overall vibe around South Carolina football. I can promise you guys, what's going on right now is much, much more fun. Much more fun. Incredibly more fun. Right? So, I'm really, let me just put it this way. I'm very happy that we are where we are and that what's going on is what's going on. And, I know there were a lot of people outside of South Carolina football, outside of Gamecock circles, that were very critical of the Shane Beamer hire. And like I said, we are in the honeymoon phase. Let's make that very, very clear. We are in the honeymoon phase. We have not played a game yet. We have not hit adversity yet. We have got to show that we can respond to it the right way. And I know the record is secondary this year, but hey, you need to go win some football games. These guys get paid to win football games, right? That's what it's all about. But again, if you could have drawn up the preseason for Shane Beamer, if you could have drawn up recruiting and said, okay, if it goes like this, it will be a successful preseason. If it goes like this, it will be a successful recruiting cycle. I mean, could you have scripted it any better? I mean, honestly, could you have scripted it any better what's going on? It's crazy. It's crazy right now what's going on with Gamecocks football. So, Shane Beamer, they are saying all the right things, doing all the right things, crushing it in every way imaginable. And I'm excited just to see continue to see this momentum continue to build as it goes into the season. Because if things continue to go the way they're going right now, which why wouldn't they? I mean, I think the top might come off of Willie B September the 4th. I mean, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be nuts. So I'm loving every second of it, man. I'm loving every single second of it. Brian Dean, yeah, I've actually had Rod DeBoer on the show. Rob's a great dude. I got to get him back on, but I had Rod DeBoer back on, I think back in like 2019. Justin Martin, hey, Chris, have you been watching the College World Series? Very casually. I mean, heck, last night I cut it on. It was 7-2 Vandy. So I was like, well, okay, this one's over. So let's see. Here's an interesting question. Let there be slams as hypothetical. If Carolina had played their original 12-game pre-COVID schedule, would we still have Muschamp right now? Well, that's a great question because, it wasn't just felt at South Carolina. It was felt with Derek Mason at Vandy. It was felt with Jeremy Pruitt. It was felt with Gus Malzahn. The 10-game SEC schedule exposed people in the sense of, like, you have nowhere to hide. If you're not good, you can't stack up and beef up your schedule with 3 or 4 non-conference wins and make your season look decent, getting 6 or 7 wins, but having 3 or 4 come from the non-conference. It was just kind of like, hey, 10-game all SEC schedule. If you're not good, you're going to get exposed on a weekly basis. So, I mean, it's tough to say maybe, but I'm glad things worked out the way they did, and I will leave it at that. SEC football, too, would love to come on the show sometime, my friend. Let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Yo. What's up? What's going on, Skyler? What's going on?
I tried to call you on the other line, but you didn't have it turned on.
Oh, whoops, my bad. Dang, I should have opened that up. That's my bad. What's going on?
I'm going to go ahead and say this on air. Do not be surprised if you see 2 more welcome home tweets today by the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me at this point. Nothing would. I mean, dude, I literally, what's funny? Like, I mean, I literally woke up this morning and was like, okay, there's going to be a welcome home. There's no way there's not.
Right.
Why wouldn't there be? You know what I mean? I mean, like, at this point, at this point, I think if Shane Beamer doesn't tweet "Welcome home" and like, "Coach, are you sick? I mean, are you your phone broke?" I mean,
yeah, I got a text and it told me we're gonna have 2 more welcome home today, and I know who the players are, which I would share with you privately,
Right,
like I did yesterday.
like I said, this is why we need the Big Cock Club Discord, my friend. That's where those conversations need to go down. So,
Yeah. I told you last night who was gonna be the welcome home today. And
yeah,
I was right.
yeah, no, for sure, yeah.
But I'm excited, just like you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I mean, yeah. No, go ahead.
You can't get no better. Dude's killing it.
Yeah.
You're coming off a 2-8 season. I mean, you're recruiting at South Carolina. It's already hard enough to recruit at Carolina. Like, you have no traditions. I mean, you have the facilities and you have the top-notch stuff, but you don't have the tradition like the Tennessees and I won't even say Tennessee, but maybe the Alabama or the Georgias or Clemson. They're selling wins, and all we're going to sell is hope. We hope to win, and they're selling wins. So,
right.
I mean,
Hey, official, by the way, Mendham in the transfer portal.
Yeah. Oh, so it's official.
Yeah, they just posted. Dude, like I told you, I DM'd him yesterday and would have posted it when you told me, but he never got back to me. So I just didn't.
I called you yesterday to tell you.
Yeah, I didn't.
I'm surprised it took this long to get it out, but there's 2 more in the that's going to enter the transfer portal too.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But the roster's flipping over. I mean, the roster's flipping over. It is what it is.
Yeah. Like I said, look for Julian Bosnick to play second base next year, and Wimberg to go back to the outfield. So,
bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Jack Mahoney didn't get a look.
Oh, he might get a look at third.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you got Cooper Keeney, now you have to fill that shortstop spot. The one we got coming in, he's most definitely going pro. There's no chance you get him in.
Yeah. Well,
did you go look at that first baseman I sent you?
I haven't looked yet. I'm going to do that literally right after we get done with this.
6'4", 210-pound first baseman from Tennessee. Joker's a monster.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. But I'd tell you, man, just back to the Beamer thing, like I just said, it's just I would say this because it is the honeymoon phase and it's the preseason and games are not won in June. But I mean, if you as a fan, even from the outside perspective, like if you could have scripted a preseason and a recruiting cycle and just everything that this time of year entails, if you could have scripted that for Shane Beamer, I mean, you couldn't have scripted it any better. You just really couldn't have. So I mean. You got to give kudos where kudos are due, man, and they're crushing it. I mean, there's just no other way to put it. They're crushing it. So.
By the way, buddy, ball games are won in July and June. Ball games are won in the off season, not the regular season.
Right.
That is the truth, though. Conditioning and recruiting. That's when you win championships in ball games. But I want our fans to realize, we got some emotional ass fans.
Right.
We will come out September 4th to beat them boys by 30 to 40 points. Go to East Carolina. East Carolina's not going to be no pushover win. Do we beat them? I think so.
Right.
But is it going to be hard? Oh, yeah. But when we get down to that stretch, where we got, the Floridas, the A&Ms, the Tennessees.
Oh, yeah. That back half of the schedule is brutal, man. There's no question.
I want our fans to just be chill and just let the man get talent in there. That's all. I don't want to hear, I told you so. We should have got Billy. We should have got Billy. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Let Beamer do his thing.
Right.
If you want to fire anybody or go after anybody's job, let's go after Frank Martin's job.
I'm not even ready to get in that conversation. I'm not ready.
Anybody's job,
let's let basketball season just happen and we can talk. We can cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's just put it that way.
I'll tell you what, though. We gained major momentum on that Dominic James, that 4-star defensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he could be a Gamecock lock, too.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big get.
No, for sure. Dude, I mean, it's just sky's the limit right now, man. We're just all counting down to kickoff. But, yeah, to see what Beamer and company are doing on the recruiting trail is it's amazing.
Like he's doing it the right way. I've never felt this way. Like, I follow of course, I follow Holtz, and I followed Spurrier, and I followed Muschamp. But, like, I never got the feelings like I got with Beamer. Like, Beamer doing it the right way.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
How you feel?
Yeah.
And feelings could be wrong, but you always trust your gut. So.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, hey, Scott, we're going to wrap it up, but obviously we'll be in touch today. So.
All righty.
Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Later.
Yeah, you can call me after as soon as you get done.
Yeah. Cool. All right, man. Later.
All right. Bye.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Guys, what a show today, man. What a show. Incredible. I mean, when you've got 10 welcome homes in 10 days, it's hard not to have an exciting show. It's hard to not be excited and fired up and feel the way we feel. So, hey, make sure you stay tuned to social media because I don't think this thing's slowing down any time soon. Guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Like I said, if you have not tuned into the show that dropped yesterday, the podcast, be sure to do so. No Daily Crow tomorrow, but I think we will be live Thursday and Friday. And, of course, podcast on Thursday. Great interview dropping with that one as well. So you guys be sure to stay tuned to that. Guys, thank you all so much. Love and support. You guys take care. Beamer Ball, welcome home. All aboard. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Appreciate y'all.